All right. So welcome everyone to Cookie Chat. So excited to have you with us here tonight. You are here with the product program team, the three product program managers, myself, Angela Foster, we have Sherry Lambert, and we have Conchetta Jones. So tonight we are talking about booth etiquette and a few other things associated with booth. So with that, we'll kind of get started. And the first thing I want to share is at booth sites. Oh my gosh, it's so exciting that soon, and we'll talk about the date in a second, soon girls will be out, troops will be out at booth sites. So Sherry and CJ, I don't know about you. I can't wait for a Girl Scout to ask me to purchase cookies from them coming soon. It's like I haven't gotten my fill yet of cookies, even though we're surrounded by cookies every day. So super excited about
Yes,
that.
you are
So
the cookie monster.
yes, definitely the cookie monster for sure. So with that, it's like I'm gonna pose a question actually as it relates to booth sites. And so CJ, I know that troops can sign up for booth sites. And if they're a troop, like how do they do that? It's like what's the process?
To sign up for booth sizes, of course,
Yeah.
they need to go into the eBuddy wonderful system and to look at all the great locations we have in there in a community that's near them, and just go ahead and choose that booth, and you're good to go.
All right. So what kind of booth sites? Like, can you share like a couple of different types of booth sites like a troop can sign up for?
Troop can sign up for, we have some mall sites where we
Okay.
have to be inside. We have some, of course, our outside sites where they're, out in maybe a strip mall or in front of a restaurant. And we this year we have a pod. Well, last year was the first year we actually have a pod where they can, come up and have their cookies there too. That's
Oh,
at the
that's
Chicago Ridge
awesome.
Mall area. Mhm.
That's actually where I shop. So I know I can't wait to visit our Girl Scouts there.
The
So what
pod was delivered there today, and it
that's
has a sign
exciting.
outside, and it's in front of Chick-fil-A.
Okay. All right, cool. Then I can get my food and my dessert at the same time.
Exactly.
All right. So, what about those troops that may not have an opportunity to sign up for? I know those are called council sites. So, it's like, can they sign up for a site? Like, say, if I don't know, maybe someone in their neighborhood owns like a pet store and maybe they want them to come out, to sell cookies in front of the pet store.
And I'm glad you said that because I've been getting a lot of emails with people saying my friend owns this store and my grandparents own this restaurant. And definitely those are called my sales. And they can definitely sign up, go into eBuddy and put their information in and sign up for my sale. You definitely want to make sure that you put that information in because you just never know. A lot of times another troop may also be at that area. They have a friend there. And so you want to make sure that your information is in eBuddy as a myself. And then also, you want your information in there because you want other people that may be out and about in that area that's looking for cookies to find your booth and know that that's where, cookies are.
That's cool. Yeah, I can't wait because, I know there are lots of people. I've been speaking with people recently who didn't realize that Girl Scouts will soon be out at their booth sites because they're craving, that delicious Girl Scout cookie, especially those Thin Mints for sure. So I know, there's some things and we're going to talk a little bit about booth etiquette as well, but I'm just going to put a plug out for our shop right now because there's some great stuff that you can bring with you to kind of help bedazzle like your booth site location. I know we have great bags and signage, and if you happen to want to kind of like put some cookies in a cart, so to speak, we also offer like, the Girl Scout cookie cart as well. And those items and many great themed cookie items can be found at our retail shop. Just visit shop period Girl Scouts GCNWI.org. So super exciting to have that kind of stuff as well. So We've been talking about booths. I'm excited. Booth begins this weekend, right?
Yay.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait. So Sherry, for you, have you seen troops come in to look to get additional cookies to kind of help prep for this upcoming weekend?
Oh my goodness, we have been so very, very busy in the cupboards. I know the volunteer cupboards are hopping as well, and everybody's very excited for the first weekend of booth.
Oh my gosh, and it's a great weekend because guess what's happening this weekend? In case you didn't know, the Super Bowl is happening this weekend. And also Valentine's Day is just around the corner. So, it's really cool that some people give Valentine's or Galentine's Day gifts by getting cookies, like maybe some Thin Mint and some tag-alongs and putting a nice bow and a nice note on it. So that's just a friendly plug and idea of something that you can have actually sitting at your booth site. We all know that displays attract people, and someone would have never thought that, hey, you can put a couple of bundles together, and that's a great way to actually increase your sales at your booth site, which is cool. So, ladies, I know we get this question all the time. How many cookies should I take to my booth site? So, what do you guys think? It's like, any ideas there?
A lot.
A lot. Yeah, absolutely. It's hard to know how many. Really, you just never know.
Well, I do know.
Right. It depends on, the time of the day, if it's like that mid-afternoon time, lunchtime when there's a lot of people out. But like Sherry said, you just don't know.
Yeah. Well, I do know this much. I know you've got to have those Thin Mints at your booth site. That's a must. In case you didn't know, the Thin Mints are our number one seller of our Girl Scout cookies. We also have on our council website, we have an awesome booth calculator. If you are a volunteer, there is a booth calculator on our council website. So if you go to gscookiesnow.com and you scroll down the page and you click on a section called For Cookie Volunteers, there's a section for cookie booths. And if you expand that, you will see the booth calculator. And we can definitely show that to you if we have a little bit of time today, show that to you. And it's just basically a guide that will help you, especially if you're new, to have an idea as to how many cookies you should take to your booth site. Of course, as the lady said, bring lots of cookies, especially if you're at a high traffic location. For example, the mall or Walmart, for example, you'll want to make sure that you have enough cookies. Also, ask your service unit cookie manager. They're familiar with the area, and ask them for suggestions and ideas because there may be some seasoned troops who have great experience at booth sites and well, it can kind of give you an idea as to what, how many cookies you should actually take. So let's kind of move on and let's talk about some booth site tips. So CJ, you want to talk about some of the booth site tips?
Sure. I'm sorry. I was reading like, what you have up here? So some of the things that I do want to talk about and looking at this right here, some of the things that you could do, and then I have some other things I'd like to share, but you want to make it exciting. And like it has on here, I think making those cookie bundles, that's a great way to get attention. You can put ribbons, make it look pretty, and sell more than one box of cookies by offering your different bundles. Making your booth look cute, bling it out or do something, put pictures of the girls, or I don't know, but making it so that people come over and they're interested in what you have. Of course, wearing one of those nice cookie outfits, the costumes, those are always fun. And the girls love, having them on. A lot of times, when the girls share their goals with the customer, that tends to really get people interested in buying, those cute little girls, or even the older girls. I'm a fan of the older girls. So when they, can tell me, what they have planned for, their cookies or whatever, but, I like that. So, having a goal and having the girls prep to share what their goals are. And then I'm not sure with this one right here, if we're, we're doing it or whatever, if there's a way, but giving away bite-sized samples, maybe, putting them in little sandwich bags or whatever, so they're just not there on the table. And then offering, I'm pretty good with saying, I'll say, no, I don't want any cookies, I'm on a diet or whatever, but offering that gift of caring as an option is also a great way to, sell your cookies.
And I'm just going to throw in there as well before we go to the next slide is that, yeah, CJ, these are all great and fun and innovative ways that troops can draw customers to their booth site. And especially as you mentioned as well for the gift of caring piece is that if customers donate to gift of caring at your booth site location, make sure that you put those cookie packages off to the side, because then you can take that collection and drop them off to one of the organizations that your troop may want to support, like maybe the local fire station, police station, or maybe your troop may decide to send those to a specific person that's maybe serving in our military. But we talked about some fun things, so let's talk about some other things, and you can definitely expand on this list as well, CJ.
Okay, so definitely we are talking safety first. I can't tell you, it's been a couple of times that I've come up on a booth and the adult has run in the store for whatever reason and, left the girls there. So you never want, to leave your girls, unsupervised at that booth. You want to make sure that there's another adult whenever you have to, make those bathroom runs or take your money somewhere or whatever. So 2 adults are required at the booth, and a minimum of 2 girls. And we don't really want a whole lot of girls around, so like a maximum of 4. So if you have a bigger troop, then maybe you want to divide that time among the girls or do more than one booth so that all your girls have the opportunity to experience a booth site.
Yeah, I love that. Are there, and we may not have it listed here, but are there some other tips that you'd like to share, especially as it relates to etiquette at the booth site?
At the booth site, and especially I'd like to talk about if anyone has the malls. We think that, we're Girl Scouts and we sing and we cheer and we rah, rah, rah. Well, the malls don't like that. So if you have a mall booth, because believe it or not, the other stores, they've complained on our Girl Scouts. So don't bring your your pom-poms. Don't sing your Girl Scout song, don't yell across the aisle or the whatever, that Girl Scouts are here. They want you to be nice and cute and let your customers see you. Don't bring balloons like, those helium balloons. They hate that because the balloons get up and they go up into the ceiling and then they don't have anything high enough to get them down. So then they're just dangling sometimes for months until that stuff comes out of them and they fall down. Definitely you do not, and this is at any of our locations, you do not want to leave your boxes, your cases, any of that empty stuff. Don't leave it there. Don't put it in their trash and then fill their trash up. Take your boxes and all of that with you. If you're at a mall, especially, they do not like you eating, so you can't eat at your table. They don't really like when you have your coats and all of that on the tables. I can tell you that some of the malls have taken pictures of these, what they think of as violations, and shot the pictures to me. So they want that area looking nice, neat, and clean. And you want that too, so that, because that's your store. So you want it to look presentable also.
Those are awesome tips. And I'm sad that I can't, if I had my troop, I couldn't bring my pom-poms. But I completely understand because as we all know, having a booth site is a privilege. It's an opportunity that a business is giving our Girl Scouts to share the space to have their own business. And so, so what about, I have a question. So if I'm at the mall or even maybe I'm at a store, so can I have my girls like run down to the other end and maybe carry cookie boxes and let people know that maybe our booth site is located at this particular area at the mall or this particular door at the store, for example?
We can't at the malls, so we can't go up and down. We can't have them in the shopping cart, because I know one mall has a store, has the Aldi with the shopping carts. So that's a no-no. Basically, at the malls, you need to stay contained. I think they said 3 feet out or whatever in front of our cart or kiosk or table, whatever the malls have for us. At the other locations, a lot of them are asking that we stay right in the area that, you know, they've given us to sell our cookies, and not to go running up to, you know, their customers, but let the customers come to us. So, you know, at those other places, if you have your signs or your pom-poms or whatever, you know, that may work. But at the malls, they've just asked us not to.
Okay, so this is a great, I think, etiquette question as well. So I'm at my booth site. I have a 2-hour window, but there's another troop that's also, they're sharing that space too. So do you have any great tips so that we can properly transition from my troop to the other troop so they can open up their cookie shop?
So you mean like I'm gonna be there from 10 to 12 and then you're there from 12 to 2, that kind of
Yes.
thing? And we
Yes.
definitely want to work on that, because a lot of times when you know it's getting close to time for you to leave, you should start packing up your stuff, you know, so that you're not at 12 o'clock trying to now pack your stuff up. You should leave a few cookies on the table, but then start packing up so that when that other troop comes, you know, you're not in their way and they're waiting for you while you now taking everything off the table. So you should start packing up and just leave a few things on the table in case you still have customers. So when that next troop comes, it's a smooth transition and they can get right into selling.
Okay, that's awesome. And I have one more question, and I know we have a couple of questions as well. And then there's one more piece I definitely know we want to talk about really quickly. Is that, oh my gosh, I just forgot my question because I'm so excited about booth sites right now. But Sherry, do you have any suggestions or tips that you may want to share from your experience of
And
booth
years
sites?
and years as a troop, as a cookie
Right.
mom and
You know what? So are we going to talk later on about tips for selling outdoors, or do we kind of covered all that we have?
We kind of
I
cover
have
all
one
we
more.
have, but go ahead and share.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay, so my big one for when I used to sell outside at the stores and stuff was to open up the cases of, after you were pulled the cookies out of the case, to open up the case and flatten it and stand on it. That was the biggest one that we ever had. We taught the girls that one to keep their feet a little warmer. It kind of insulates them, and it seemed to make all the difference in the world to the girls. So that's one good thing to do, help you stay a little warmer while you're out there. Cookie costumes are another great way to bring attention to your booth without really bringing attention to your booth. So, and people will see that and then want to come over and see what's going on. And some people know that it's a cookie booth at that point when they see the costume. So we do have them for rental in the gathering place cupboards as well.
That's awesome. So that was great. And so one of the questions I know we got tonight was, well, do troops have to bring their own table?
it depends on the location. If it's a mall location, you don't have to bring anything but you. Your tablecloth, you know, whatever, but you don't have to bring table or chairs. If it's at those other places like Walmart, Walgreens, all of those places, you're going to need to bring everything you need for your booth. If it's a place that has told us that they'll provide that, then you need to look in eBuddy in the notes section. If it's anything like that, that's where, you know, where it'll be, where it'll tell you tables are provided, or, you know, don't bring this. But yes, eBuddy notes section. And you should check eBuddy, I would say the week before, a couple of days before your booth, because some information we may have gotten some new information since January 9th or 16th or whenever we first started and you signed up. So you should go in and check that week for any new information we may have.
So ladies, I have a question for you. And actually it's a question that's someone joining us tonight asked. So we know that that troops can conduct my sale sites. That is when they have a personal relationship with a business, meaning using the example of pets, pet store. So how would is there a best practice, or because I'm entering in that information, how would I know that maybe another troop that's maybe next door at, at Bob's barbershop, how do I know that they don't have their cookie business at that time? Is there an easy way?
Isn't that going into the map, the location, the Sherry?
Cookie locator, cookie
The cookie
locator.
locator?
Because all of a sudden
That's
I
a good
went-
point.
I went
On the tip of
right.
your tongue. You knew what it was. It was just on the tip of your tongue. The cookie locator, and putting in the location and then seeing if anything is around at that same point in time.
Because
Okay.
we did have that, because we're getting submissions from the different service units. And we did have that where one service unit submitted something and then found out that there was, like, maybe not right next to each other, but in the same small strip mall. And so, yeah, they actually worked it out. They were good Girl Scout sisters, and they actually worked it out. Whereas I'll be here on this day, this time, and you have this day and that time. And it worked out great. I didn't even have to get involved. They did it themselves.
That's
awesome.
awesome.
Yeah.
And so I know you mentioned costumes. Is how far in advance would someone who's interested have to rent a costume?
Isn't it like maybe that week in advance, like before their outing, before their cookie booth?
Before their
Mhm.
booth site?
Yes.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
think so. That would allow enough time, and just to make sure that we actually have costumes.
Mhm.
And then also, as it relates to council sites, council booth sites, I think this falls along the same lines as to whether or not you need to bring tables and chairs. And again, as you mentioned, CJ, I know that troops, if they're going to say, I don't know, the hardware store, say if that's a council site, that they may want to reach out to that manager or that store a day or two ahead of time, just to find out or make sure that, one, it's okay to bring it, or to see if, they have those supplies available. Would you say?
Yes. And one
Okay.
other thing that just popped in my head is when you go to a location and the manager may tell you something different than what you think should happen. They may tell you that you can't stay as long. They may tell you whatever they tell you. Don't go in and say, well, CJ from Girl Scouts or Sherry from Girl Scouts or Angela, because at that point, it's what the manager of the store says. And we don't have any jurisdiction, or we're not the boss of them. So, I've had calls from these places because a leader was not being a good Girl Scout and just really was very rude to them about their location. So you want to make sure that you're following what rules and guidelines they have. It may mean that you can't park in front. You may need to park behind the restaurant or the store. So whatever it is they ask you to do, then don't say like we have the clout, and because we said, a lot of times they won't know who Angela, CJ, or Sherry is because we didn't set up the site.
That's a very good point. And again, that kind of just goes back to, as you were saying, it's like kind of remembering that the store is giving us this opportunity. And as you said, one person may not have spoken to the other. So definitely, just be a little bit patient, if you can. And then if you have questions or concerns, you can definitely reach out to us. So I know we have a couple of other questions, but one of the things I wanted to address is when it comes to payment. And so let's talk about payment at a booth site. Is it cash only? No, because nowadays, many people don't carry cash. It's like I do, but some people don't. In this case, what do? You can get a card reader. At our council, we are suggesting two. Why? Because our council covers the credit card fees associated with them. One of them is Clover, and information related to Clover is actually on our council website on gscookiesnow.com. You go on the For Cookie Volunteers page, and there's a section called Clover. So I'm just going to kind of hopefully make this a little bit easy if you're considering Clover. If you happen to log on our council website at any time where you've actually gone to my GS, right? You've gone there to renew, you've gone there to maybe change your role, things like that. Well, whatever login credentials that you use on our council website for that, That's the same login credentials that you're going to use when you click on the link, which is the first data link underneath the Clover section on our council website to get started. There is a document that will walk you through their pictures, super easy to set up your Clover site. As I mentioned, the council covers the credit card fees associated with that. And then we also have the digital cookie app. The digital cookie app is awesome because each of our girls has a login that they have for digital cookie. You can also utilize your Troop digital cookie link as well. These are great tools, both of them, to capture a customer's credit card payment, making it super easy, for them to pick up their cookies and just be on their way. If you have further questions regarding setup, things like that, definitely reach out to us. We're happy to help you get started. As it relates to Clover, you'll want to set up your Clover account if you choose that as a credit card processing option, at least at minimum 2 days ahead of time. This gives an opportunity for the necessary emails for you to finalize your account to come your way. Doing it the night before is not a best practice, but super easy to do. And also, as it relates to cash, if you're collecting cash at your booth site, you deposit that into your Troop bank account, because coming soon, which is a plug for our next cookie chat, is financial management, also known as the ACH sweep. We'll be talking about that and answering questions that you have related to our first ACH sweep at our next cookie chat. So hopefully that helps to answer that question. A couple of other questions I'm going to answer as it relates to our booth sites, and ladies, you can jump in as you wish. But starting tomorrow, we are having our first booth site, which is specifically our DoorDash location. Super excited to partner with DoorDash once again this year. How does it work? Well, basically, troops that sign up for that booth opportunity, that DoorDash booth opportunity, will come to our gathering place or the location. We will have the cookies, the inventory ready. We'll give you a 5-minute overview as to how orders will come in, how the girls will fulfill those orders and have them ready when the DoorDash agent or driver comes to pick up those orders. The troop will receive credit for those cookies. There's transactions that take place. There's nothing that you need to do other than bring your Girl Scouts and most definitely your fun and exciting positive energy as well. The council will credit your Girl Scouts and your troop for those transactions that took place during the time you were at that DoorDash booth site opportunity. So it's great, super easy, super fun. We'll also provide you with a receipt as well. So you'll just have that paper trail, because we always want to have receipts, right? Anything else, ladies, you want to talk about as it relates to DoorDash?
I think the only thing I would add, Angela, is to have fun with it.
Absolutely.
Enjoy it, to learn about this side of e-commerce, because normally we're the customers on the other side ordering something from DoorDash, and here now we are the person filling the order. So it's interesting to see both sides of the whole thing.
Absolutely. So one of the other really quick things, we just have a couple of things, and then we'll conclude for tonight. But a couple of questions that were asked is that with regards to the virtual booth sales, that is a great question. The virtual booth sale is a new opportunity for us. And in full transparency, we're still learning a little bit about the virtual booth sale and how to set that up. If you have specific questions, I know someone in our group tonight has one. So I have your information. So let me take a look at it and I'll circle back with you as it relates to that. But we'll probably do a quick video clip as well to kind of help better explain the virtual booth sale opportunity. I think it's super cool, but ideally it's an opportunity for customers who have purchased cookies via the digital cookie app ahead of time, and they've decided that they want to stop by and pick up their cookie order. And the troop is basically letting them know that my troop will be at this location at our booth site and you can come to pick up your order. So thanks for that. As it relates to gift of caring donations, let me just clarify that as well. Sometimes troops collect gift of caring donations at their booth site. If you are collecting gift of caring donations at your booth site, do not bring those donations to the council. This is a great opportunity for your troop to conduct a service project. Again, there are many, for example, senior homes, nursing homes, or just foster kid homes as well. But there's also hospitals, there's fire stations, police stations, and the list goes on and on that your troop can give, specifically to an organization of your choice. When it comes to the other gift of caring donations that took place during our initial order period, or even via digital cookie, the council is taking care of donating those gift of caring cookies to a long list of organizations on behalf of all of our Girl Scouts. Let's see. Let's talk about, if someone is using the digital cookie app at a booth site when you log in, yes, it's your daughter's account, unless you've set up one for your troop. On our council website, and I'm going to try to go to that really quickly, everyone, so you can have an idea as to what I'm speaking about. Let me just go there. And ladies, can you see my screen right now?
Yes.
Okay, so let me just go to this really quickly. You'll go to our website, cookies. You'll scroll down, you'll go to For Cookie Volunteers. Tons of great information, by the way. If you've never set up your troop link for your troop link, what you can do is that there's some great videos under the digital cookie resources. There's a link that says digital cookie links if you like to read it. But if you like to see a quick video on it, just scroll down, and here is the digital cookie troop link, information associated with that. And sorry, right here, and how to set up your troops link. Super easy to do. Okay. Let's see. Okay. All right. There's one other question I'm going to answer, and then there are a couple of specific questions that we're going to hold off for just a little bit. So that question is, let's see. Oh, hey, CJ, just to make sure, so if there are some troops that maybe in this example have a booth site at, say, the Bolingbrook Promenade, do you know where they would set up, or would that information be in the, oh my gosh, in eBuddy, by any chance, in the notes section? Or
So
should they
that's
reach out to the
basically-
mall?
Yeah, that's basically what I'm working on now, making sure that I have all the information in the notes section. Some of it is, some malls, the information where they are located, but if it's not there, they need to just keep checking eBuddy, because as I get it, and I got some that I put in today, it'll be in the notes section. And I think the promenade, I think that's in there.
No
But,
problem.
yeah.
And also, if something says that your that your digital cookie site is closed, there isn't a deadline. It's like digital cookie ends on, well, that's not true, but there is a deadline. Digital cookie ends. Sherry, is the date March 20th?
Mhm.
And Sherry, if you're talking, you're muted.
Yes, I saw that, sorry. As often as we do these, I still forget to unmute. Yes, so the digital cookie ends on the 20th, and then the 21st is the last day that we're going to be in the cupboards. And that will be the last day to be able to get girl delivered cookies.
Awesome. So just two other questions, and then we'll conclude for tonight, but we're going to close out in just a second. So if you, again, I mentioned Clover. Again, if you go to our council website and you click on cookies, you'll go to the For Cookie Volunteers page. If you scroll down the page, there's a section called Clover Go. Be sure to refer to the Clover Go training for troop administrators. It's an awesome, like, step-by-step to how to set up your Clover account. But the one thing you'll want to do is that you'll want to click on this link, and when it prompts you to log in, you're going to enter in the same login and password that you utilize when you go to our council website and you click on the My Account section. So hopefully that's helpful. But if you have questions, definitely you can reach out to us as well. And as it relates to, if you missed any of our cookie chats, because we always have fun on our cookie chats, you can find a list of the re-recorded ones underneath cookie chats. The one from last week, we're going to get up on our website because we talked about goal-getters and cupboards. It'll be listed under the cookie chat section, and you'll find the recordings here, as well as how to register for some upcoming sessions as well. So, as we conclude for tonight, we want to thank each and every one of you for everything you do. Whether you're a parent to a Girl Scout, you're a leader, or just even a supporter of our Girl Scouts and the council. Again, we thank you for each and everything that you do. If you have questions, give us an email at, send us an email. Let's try that at productprogram@girlscoutsgcnwi.org, or you can give us a call at 855-456-8347, extension 6722. CJ, do you have any closing remarks as we conclude for tonight?
No closing remarks other than if you have, because this is the first weekend, if you have any problems when you're out there on Saturday, call me on my cell phone, which is 312-465-3056. Because I may be working in the cookie cupboard and may not be able to be at my desk to answer the phone. So, and problems may be, you got there and they don't know you're there, or, another troop is there and shouldn't leave, that kind of things, those kind of things. But yeah, don't just call me for the little, things that you can work out, but for those type of issues, that's my cell phone number.
Excellent. And then if you need that, just give us a call. We'll give you her number as well. We'll be sure to share that, and that'll be great. Sherry, do you have any closing remarks at this time?
No, I don't. I just want to thank everybody for joining us on the cookie chat.
Great. I have one last remark. Have fun, everyone, at your booth site. Can't wait and look forward to seeing you. And again, thanks everyone for joining us this evening, and thanks for hanging in there with us for a few minutes thereafter. So again, thanks everyone for your time, and we'll talk to you soon. So take care.